And we're back to the semi-final, the second semi-final of the Warlords League Conqueror's Bay tournament, where WereRabbits are winning 1-0 over ENDGEGNER. The semi-finals are best of 3, so if WereRabbits manage to win again, they'll move over to the final, where Chaos Team, who also won 2-0 over Exiles, is already waiting for them. Oh well, maybe they're waiting for ENDGEGNER, we'll see. ENDGEGNER starting with 5 Firelance Cav, 1 Pikes, 1 Pike unit, and a Winged Hussard unit, which I am the most hyped for. It's the best unit in the history of ever, and there's no one who is able to convince me otherwise. Now, we are following ENDGEGNER again. Now they're playing from the south side, so the colors may be a little bit inverted, but it should be okay. And they are, yes, because I know there was an issue with the colors being flipped. But anyway, ENDGEGNER is your blue team, WereRabbits is your red team, and the red team is about to capture all 3 points because ENDGEGNER is trying a cheese strategy. They're going all the way around the A point, and well, they'll try to just flood the WereRabbits team from there, but they're already bleeding 5 points per second. They need to capture A very quickly to stop this bleeding, and WereRabbits are retreating from there. They don't want to lose their elite units, or do they? They're trying to take A, hold A as long as possible, but they ultimately fail, and now they're supposed to lose a lot of their units in there, considering that ENDGEGNER, well, is a force of 7 here. Again, that stylistic clash of going as a 7-man unit versus that maneuver-heavy game of, well, trying to capture the points. Then again, if ENDGEGNER is doing something like that, it would be very stupid of WereRabbits not to take those points. So WereRabbits are definitely playing really smart, and ENDGEGNER trying a little bit of a cheese strategy that may be very effective, or may come right back at them to bite them in the ass. And we'll see how that goes. So far, they control only A. They didn't manage to transition that powerful attack, powerful charge into the control of the next point. And the battle is supposed to take place over on these plains north of B. But ENDGEGNER is shifting. Are they going to actually try to capture B? But if this keep going as a 5-man unit and don't control the front line, well, WereRabbits taking A back for free is going to happen. And they're again bleeding 5 points per second while not being even close to taking B. Because Padova, a short sword, is still holding that point, and he's going to hold it for quite a while. He'll eventually die. There we go. ENDGEGNER will take B, but again, they'll have only 1 point against 2. And we are 2.5 minutes into the game, and they're already below 1,000 points. And 400 points of advantage on the side of WereRabbits. Now WereRabbits are also trying their own little maneuvers, and that charge takes care of Chimera, and that Pike unit is also poised to die once Chimera loses the control of it. Now see, ENDGEGNER now put their own pikemen on top of B point in a circle formation, and showing that WereRabbits would need a lot of force to go through them. Cavalry is still roaming the plains north of B and getting wiped out by the forces that WereRabbits have there. And WereRabbits actually are not forced to rush at all over to B because, well, they control 2 points. Although ENDGEGNER is going to go and get C soon with 2 heroes going there with their units, 3. And WereRabbits running away from there. So now WereRabbits will be under pressure to take over B or get C back. Looks like they decided on the B option. They want to be fast, they don't want to bleed the points as ENDGEGNER does. But that being said, they have 500 points of advantage. Now that being a little bit mitigated by ENDGEGNER capturing C, but WereRabbits managed to take B as ENDGEGNER still, I think, again, overcommitted their resources over to C. So far I would say ENDGEGNER making some huge tactical errors. But we'll see how that plays out. The game is not even close to being over yet. It literally just started, although ENDGEGNER already lost more than half their points. So WereRabbits are looking really strong. And ENDGEGNER will need some really strong tactical game to overcome it. And again, they're losing C because they're overcommitting to B now. Now they're sending some reinforcements back to C. They may be able to stop the capture of it. They do briefly. But while that's happening, WereRabbits are just piling cavalry onto the ENDGEGNER's forces over at B and obliterating them. And the only chance for ENDGEGNER to make it back at this point is to win by having more units and having more high quality units all over the place, so that WereRabbits cannot take anything back. But as it goes now, I think WereRabbits are actually in a better position after that massacre that occurred at B. And WereRabbits is still holding 2 out of 3 points, and ENDGEGNER is already bleeding down towards 500 point mark. Now they will get back B, stop the bleeding, but WereRabbits are already respawning with their units. Maybe not really respawning, maybe they just came back to the supply point. But I do see multiple people respawning that probably died at C. And maybe at B as well. They're now piling their troops over at B. There are 2 crossbow units there. Not very convenient position for ranged units. But they will be very effective at close range like this and just obliterated those village watchmen. Well, that is a literally throwaway unit, and it was thrown away. Maybe some miscommunication, miscoordination on the side of WereRabbits, but as we speak of miscoordination, or coordination actually, WereRabbits try to take over C, but ENDGEGNER are again there to respond with a fast cavalry response unit while they pile all their infantry on top of B. Let's see what's there. Elite halberdiers, elite pikemen, and 2 units of crossbows, and those crossbows will stagger the horses. And WereRabbits realize that and try to go around. They need to take either C or B, they need to commit to either of those. If they overcommit to C, and ENDGEGNER can go and sneak A. So it's again went back to that maneuver heavy phase after the initial ENDGEGNER goes 7 people phase, I would call it. WereRabbits are sending a defensive unit over to A. They definitely do not want ENDGEGNER to have 3 points for any period of time. See halberdiers charge into advancing pikes, and those halberdiers are obliterated. But now that actually exposes their forces at B, but there's no one there to threaten them from the right side. So ENDGEGNER is now sweeping WereRabbits forces. WereRabbits now combining a heavy infantry charge. They managed to break through the halberdiers. Now halberdiers actually retreated, and if crossbowmen forces are nowhere to be found, that is a huge mistake by ENDGEGNER, leaving those 2 archer units, crossbow units, undefended. That being said, B is still not under control of WereRabbits, and WereRabbits are bleeding points for quite some time already, and the advantage they had from 500, 600 points got reduced to only 300 at the moment. You still have time, and if ENDGEGNER's strategy is the long-run strategy of having more units and using those elite units to control the points, while WereRabbits' team does not have elite units to fight for control over those points, the ENDGEGNER strategy may still yet come to fruition. C has just been sniped by Tiggs. Susnov is there to maybe take it back. Can he win the duel between him and Tiggs? Tiggs is wisely not getting off of his horse. And Dual Blades cannot do anything as long as the enemy is on horse. Tiggs just baited him very nicely, but then again, this Panda King coming back takes C with his Firelands Cav, and Tiggs is going to die. There he goes. But that just brief capture of the C point, well, it takes away 50 points from ENDGEGNER and makes them bleed 2 points every second. So they're holding nicely on that 500 point threshold. Now, after just a brief capture of C, they're down to 400. But ENDGEGNER is still looking quite strong with their pikes advancing into the Firelands Cav that is getting obliterated. Such a waste of a unit from WereRabbits. And they're trying to attack from the other side, but there are only heroes there, no units to follow. And ENDGEGNER is going to control B for quite a while still. So WereRabbits can only hope for a desperate capture of C again. It looks like they actually are running out of units, while ENDGEGNER still has those powerful pike units able to control B and C whenever this pressure applied there. Now most of the units of ENDGEGNER were actually driven away in pursuit, so maybe some sneak capture can take place. We see the elite pikes retreating after the hero controlling them was killed. So there's a brief window of opportunity for WereRabbits. Will they take it? Do they have anything to actually take it? Or will ENDGEGNER make it? WereRabbits are bleeding points, and they have their advantage has been reduced to only 100 points at this point. So they must be really desperate right now. They're trying to get C, but they're decided against it. Probably it's defended and they don't have a unit to actually take control over it. Some heavy prefecture cavalry missing their charge. Phalanx evading. And now as they are the superior unit, wow, that prefecture heavy cav got obliterated very quickly. And ENDGEGNER is even looking to take over A, as well WereRabbits seem to have run out of units. So sneaking A for ENDGEGNER shouldn't be a problem. The point advantage is only down to 50 points. Attila's looking to take it. There we go. We see two heroes of WereRabbits actually managing to killing Attila. Well, not surprising. It was just 2 versus 1 heroes, no units involved. So WereRabbits are going to hold on to A, but they're still bleeding points, and they're about equal with ENDGEGNER at this point. 2 units of elite infantry, pikemen plus halberdiers, I believe. Yes, on top of B point, on the side of ENDGEGNER. WereRabbits are desperately piling everything they have there on top of B, but what they have is not much. They have some arquebusiers coming in, but arquebusiers in such a tight space may not be able to provide enough. Then again, the forces of ENDGEGNER also seem thin. Over here, 3 heroes and 1.5 unit. The musketeers, I don't see them coming over. There we go. A flock attacking with them from the other side. Now this is actually a good position for them, so let's see what they can do. But if they get rushed by heroes, they're dead. And that's what ENDGEGNER is doing. Sandros, Chimera... Oh, Sandros actually dies, but Chimera and Attila managed to put their units inside that arquebusier unit. Flock defending very nicely. Arquebusiers, very strong unit and utilized correctly. And now WereRabbits are going to take back B while still holding A. And those may very well have been the last powerful units that ENDGEGNER had, if they don't have anything more to push them away from B, push WereRabbits away from B. They do have elite pikes coming over. This is probably the unit that we saw retreating earlier. Another infantry unit, I don't know which one because the camera is too far. Again, another elite unit, 4 stars I think I've seen there. So if ENDGEGNER manages to use those units to take B back from WereRabbits, they should win this battle. If WereRabbits don't have anything more, and it looks like all they have is that arquebusiers unit. Still very powerful, but it's only so much damage that they can output in such a short amount of time that they were given, while the infantry is pushing out the WereRabbits heroes away out of B, and here is already in control of B. The heroes on the side of WereRabbits are dead. Touch Me Sama is the one last hero WereRabbits have left over there. And who is it? Kanare trying to find something but unable to do so, obviously, against the overwhelming forces of ENDGEGNER, and the reinforcements coming over. Maybe he'll manage to kill Skyrua? No, the stands are too strong, he didn't manage to escape. They didn't manage to find that last single hit that was finishing him off, and that puts ENDGEGNER in the long run cheese strategy of winning by units. The stylistic clash we've seen in the first battle going the way of WereRabbits, this time went the way of ENDGEGNER, and yeah, the semi-final goes over to tiebreaker, and that is going to be very exciting.